Midnight on the ridge, shadows creep and crawl, whispers in the wind, neath the blood-red moon. Old pine creaks and sways, secrets in its bark, a lonely howl echoes, piercing through the dark. Ghosts of old regrets haunt this timber trail, footsteps on the gravel, whispers of a tale. Lovers lost embrace, etched in phony vibes, memories like phantoms, mingling with the dark. Ghosts of old regrets haunt this timber trail, footsteps on the ground, whispers of a tale. Lovers lost embrace, etched in phony vibes, memories are like phantoms, mingling with the pines. Darkness falls heavy as night shadows dance. Fate's cruel mistress won't give a second chance. Underneath the starlight, hearts forever ache. Midnight on the ridge, there's too much at stake. The river runs so cold, like a lover's storm. In the chill of night, trouble's always born. The lantern flickers low, casting restless hues, eyes in the darkness, glowing with the blues. Ravens perched on gravestones, mocking destiny. A song in the silence, riddled with mystery. Whiskey in a flask keeps the spirits warm. Solitude a friend, shelter from the storm. Darkness falls heavy as night shadows dance. Fate's cruel mistress won't give a second chance. Underneath the starlight, hearts forever ache. Midnight on the ridge, there's too much at stake. Darkness has been As the sun starts to fade, the past is never far behind, in stories never told. Every step's a sorrow, every breath's a plea. In this valley of the damned, there's no escape for me. Taxes so they don't kill us, but they are killing us anyway. Promises made all turn to dust. In the end they really don't care what we say. We scream, we shout, but no one hears. Lost in the echo of our fears. They come like wolves, tearing apart a hunger that rips through the heart. They are wolves coming for our flesh, a swarm coming for our blood. No escape from this living mess, drowning in a crimson flood. They promised us a land of milk and honey, but we live in a dark country. We're just numbers on a screen, faceless victims in their game. Behind the masks they're all obscene, feeding on our pain and shame. We scream and shout, but no one hears. Lost in the echo of our fears. They come like wolves, tearing apart a hunger that rips through the heart. They are wolves coming for our flesh, a swarm coming for our blood. No escape from this living mess, drowning in a crimson flood. They promised us a land of milk and honey, but we live in a dark country. To save us, but our heroes are corrupting their hearts. They say they are enemies, but they seem to be allies, keeping us apart. They are wolves coming for our flesh, a swarm coming for our blood. No escape from this living mess, drowning in a crimson flood. They promised us a land of milk and honey, but we live in a dark country. We live in a dark country. Coming for our blood, no escape from this living mess, drowning in a crimson flood. They promised us a land of milk and honey, but we live in a dark country. We live in a dark country. I was born beneath a blood moon sky. Mama cried, but she knew why. The preacher swore I'd bring a curse, riding storms in a leather hearse. The ground don't claim a soul like mine, too full of sin, too sharp with time. I walk where others fear to tread, with iron in my chest and ghost in my head. Ain't no grave for me, no hole too deep, no preacher's prayer, no soul to keep. They tried to bury what they couldn't bind, but I clawed up the dirt and pine. I ain't sleeping where the dead men lie, I ride with the dust and the devil's eye. So carve no stone, don't wait and see, there'll be no grave for me. They hung me once at Red Rock Hill, left me swinging cold and still. But thunder cracked and ropes don't last when your past rides fast and your heart beats brass. I've dodged bullets, I've danced with fire, I've stared down fate and worn out choirs. The reaper tips his hat my way, but I tip mine back, then walk away. Ain't no grave for me, no chains, no box, no final rest beneath the rocks. They wrote my name on a crooked tree, but wind and time erased it clean. I won't lie down in no hallowed ground, I roam where lost men can't be found. So light no candle, just let me be. There's still no grave for me. Let the wolves sing my elegy, let the crows keep watch for me. I'm a story carved in scars and smoke, a vow unbent, a bond unbroke. No grave for me, no rest, no stone. I'll keep riding till flesh meets bone. And if I vanish in the devil's rain, let 'em whisper my name in vain. But don't you dig, don't you pray, don't you plead, there never was a grave for me.
Tired of kneeling, tired of praying, fuck your hope and all your saying. Steel in my fist, dirt on my soul, come and get it, bitch, lose control. Raise hell or die trying, no gods, no saving, no lying. Fuck your throne and fuck your crown, I'm here to burn your kingdom down. Chewed up dreams, spit out lies, buried love under blood red skies. Taught by wolves, raised by hate, kick down the doors, storm the gate. Raise hell or die trying, no gods, no saving, no lying. Fuck your throne and fuck your crown, I'm here to burn your kingdom down. dead man's face. Laugh while the world lays to waste. You want peace, you better run, 'cause I ain't stopping till I'm done. Raise hell or die trying. No gods, no saving, no lying. Fuck your throne and fuck your crown. I'm here to burn your kingdom down. Flames in my eyes, blood on my boots. No turning back, no fucking truth. Raise hell or die fucking trying. That's my truth and that's my sign. Cold wind howling, whispers in the dust. Riding through the valley where the lost souls rust. 6-shot iron, death on my side. A deal gone wrong, now there's no place to hide. I ride with the damned, I walk with the cursed. A shadow in the saddle, bound to get worse. Ain't no heaven calling, ain't no light ahead. Just the devil's laughter and the trail painted red. Moonlight flickers, bones in the sand. A town full of ghosts that remember my hand. Whiskey burns deep, but it don't kill the sin. I hear the reaper and he's closing in. I ride with the damned, I walk with the cursed. A shadow in the saddle, bound to get worse. Ain't no heaven calling, ain't no light ahead. Just the devil's laughter and the trail painted red. Thunder rolls, the ground shakes below. Ravens in the sky crying tales they know. My past is a grave, my soul is a chain. Every town I ride through whispers my name. I ride with the damned, I walk with the cursed. A shadow in the saddle, bound to get worse. Ain't no heaven calling, ain't no light ahead. Just the devil's laughter and the trail painted red. So if you see me riding, turn the other way. Ain't no savior coming, ain't no debt to pay. Just an outlaw fading into the sand, still riding with the damned. sky gone black. Told the world I'd never come back, but the fire don't sleep in a soul that's scarred, and hell can't hold what's made of shards. Smoke on the wind and blood on my trail. I rose with the storm, pale and frail, but ashes remember every name and every hand that lit the flame.
A ghost reborn, no chains, no lashes. Watch me rise in ashes. The preacher said I'd lost my way, but the righteous burned me anyway. Now I wear the smoke like a second skin, a silent hymn for what's within. Crows circle high, the gallows grin, but I paid my price in fire and sin. So light the match and fan the flame. I'll rise again and you'll curse my name. I rise in ashes, I walk through flame with a heart that's cursed and a shadowed name. You broke my soul but not my spine. Now I ride the dark with vengeance in time. A ghost reborn, no chains, no lashes. Watch me rise in ashes. The wind don't ask which side you're on when it howls through bones and battles long gone. But I've made peace with pain and dust, and I'll turn your steel to rust. I rise in ashes, I walk through flame from a grave you dug and tried to claim. But storms don't kneel and wolves don't tame. You'll know my wrath, you'll feel my name. From cursed earth and midnight crashes, I rise, I burn in ashes.
Down by the old whiskey river, I saw a ghost in the night. With a bottle in hand, he stood by the pale moonlight. Whispers of sorrow echoed through the trees. His eyes were full of stories, painful memories. Mama said, boy, don't you wander too far. The river's cursed with shadows and scars. But the moon was my guide, and the night grew cold. I felt the weight of history in that haunted fold. Whiskey River's ghost, he's a friend to no man. He's the rage of the storm, the cry of the damned. Hold your breath and your tears when you walk that path, or you'll find yourself buried in his heartless wrath. Legends and tales passed down through the years, broken hearts and
his mournful song. Pull me closer to where I didn't belong. In the silence, I heard him call my name. A whisper in the wind, a voice in the flames. Turn back, young soul, before it's too late. The ghost and I, we shared the same fate. Whiskey River's ghost, he's a friend of no man. He's the rage of the storm, the cry of the damned. Hold your breath and your tears when you walk that path, or you'll find yourself buried in his heartless wrath. I've been torn apart, thrown to the ground, but I'll rise again, and I won't back down. You can break my bones, you can steal my pride, but I'll tear your world apart from the inside. Wrath of the broken, vengeance in my eyes. I'm coming for you, and there's nowhere to hide. You made your bed, now you'll feel the cost. Wrath of the broken, you'll pay for what you've lost. I've got the fire, I've got the rage, a storm inside me that can't be caged. You thought you won, you thought you'd see, but now you'll face the wrath of me. Wrath of the broken, vengeance in my eyes. I'm coming for you, and there's nowhere to hide. You made your bed, now you'll feel the cost. Wrath of the broken, you'll pay for what you've lost. I'll burn your kingdom, I'll take your crown. Watch it crumble, watch it drown. There's no redemption, no escape. The wrath of the broken will seal your fate. Wrath of the broken, vengeance in my eyes. I'm coming for you, and there's nowhere to hide. You made your bed, now you'll feel the cost. Wrath of the broken, you'll pay for what you've lost. On a gravel road beneath the pines, a lone house stands where the moonlight shines. The wind whispers secrets through the night. casting shadows where ghosts find their light. In a corner bar past the county line, a man sits alone, lost in whiskey's brine. His heart's been broken by too many lies. In the darkened room where sorrow hides, watch on a worn-out wrist, tracks the hours down a dark abyss. Memories haunt like a lover's scorn in the depths where dreams are torn. I saw a ghost in the night, with a bottle in hand. He stood by the pale moonlight. Whispers of sorrow echoed through the trees. His eyes were full of stories, painful memories. Mama said, boy, don't you wander too far.
moon's hiding in the holler. The night is cold as sin. Empty bottles on the counter where my demons settle in. A flicker from the kerosene casting ghosts upon the wall. Every creak and groan reminds me of the things I can't recall. Old memories like thunder tearing through this empty room. A photograph that's faded, a love affair turned tomb. Rusty nails and broken boards, this house has lost its soul. I sit here drowned in sorrows with a heart so black as coal. Whiskey and shadows, they're my only friends tonight. In this dark and endless silence where wrong feels so right. Every sip's a piece of me that slowly fades away. Whiskey and shadows guide me till the break of day. Mama's Bible on the table, dust covered and alone. I used to find my answers in those pages made of stone. But the words won't heal a spirit that's been shattered and betrayed. In this empty house of sorrow where only shadows stay. The rain taps on the window like a lover's mournful sigh. I've walked these crooked highways with a curse in every stride. The devil holds my secrets, whispers softly in the dark. Wish I could break these chains and make one final mark. Whiskey and shadows, they're my only friends tonight. In this dark and endless silence where wrong feels so right. Every sip's a piece of me that slowly fades away. Whiskey and shadows guide me till the break of day.
A ghost-filled town, the moon's full face wears a silver crown. Shadows stretch where secrets lie. In the hush of night, you hear them cry. Old barn doors creak with a mournful tone. Winds whisper tales of lives unknown. Gravestones mark the dreams once found, gone to dust in the cold hard ground. Haunted whispers in the dead of night echo through the valley, chills down your spine. Ghosts of yore, they'll never rest in these dark woods we're forever guests. A lantern flickers by the old church wall. Footsteps echo, but no one calls. chill runs deep, cuts like a knife. In this haunted place, there's more than life. Crumbling houses, lost to time. Memories linger, caught in grime. Restless wings sway to a ghostly breeze. In this eerie quiet, hearts don't ease. Haunted whispers in the dead of night echo through the valley, chills down your spine. Ghosts of yore, they'll never rest. In these dark woods, we're forever guests. Fog rolls in over the desolate plain. Silent whispers call my name. Moonlight casting shadows long in the night where I belong. Creaking boards on an old farmhouse. Ghost of memories haunts this house. Through broken windows the wind does howl. A lonesome wolf begins to prowl. In the silence I hear the cry, echoes of the past they rise. Darkened paths where spirits tread, where the living fear to spread. Lantern light flickers in the cold. Tales of the damned so often told. Footsteps follow where I go. In the stillness, voices low. Midnight creatures, they come out. Hidden truths, they scream and shout. Faces linger in the gloom. Shadows dance within my room. In the silence I hear the cries, echoes of the past they rise. Darkened paths where spirits tread, where the living fear to spread. There's a shadow on the ridge tonight. winds howling full of fright. Old man Jenkins grips his gun, whispers fear of what's to come. Mary's keeping candles bright, swears she saw a ghost last night. Children huddle, close their eyes, praying for the sun to rise. Oh, the darkness, it prevails, tears of sorrow, town wills. Echoes in the dead of night, no salvation in their sight. History they can't erase, buried deep can't find the grace. Oh, the darkness, it prevails, tales of sorrow, town wills. Echoes in the dead of night, no salvation in their sight. Docks his roosters mean with rage, drinks his fury, loves his cage. Forgives no man, trusts no soul, heart as black as darkest coal. Through the hollow night, moonlight's tangled up in spite. A shadow moves where it don't belong, whispering pines hum a ghostly song. Blueprints lead to the riverside, bloodstained water nowhere to hide. Hunger haunts each step I take, every promise I made seems so fake. Cold steel echoes in the dead of night, secrets buried far from sight. Hunger haunts each step I take, every promise I made seems so fake. Cold steel echoes in the dead of night, secrets buried far from sight. The trees they moan, the branches cry, under whispered pines where spirits lie. The preacher warned of the devil's grin, but the real monster wears our sins. Each step deeper, the darkness grows, down the path where no one knows. Every choice a heavy chain, every shadow hides the pain. In the silence, voices mourn, the living cursed, the lost forlorn. Copper taste clings to the breeze. With every prayer I'm on my knees, but heaven's closed with a lock of pearl, leaving me stranded in this bleeding world. Steel echoes in the dead of night, secrets buried far from sight. The trees they moan, the branches cry, under whispering pines where spirits lie. Cold steel echoes in the dead of night, secrets buried far from sight. The trees they moan, the branches cry, under whispering pines where spirits lie.
The sky is bleeding crimson as the sun sinks low. A shadow on the horizon, and the wind starts to blow. Walking down this gravel road, my heart feels like stone. A long journey back to nowhere, where I'm all alone. I'll pass the old barn where the memories lie, of a time filled with laughter. Now it's all bone dry. Whispers in the twilight, ghosts of days gone by. Every footstep echoes a mournful goodbye. It's a long road home, through the tears and the pain. Every step closer feels the same. Dust on my boots, dirt on my hands, trying to reclaim who I am. I reach the broken fence where dreams used to grow. Now it's tangled in the thorn, with nothing to show. The moon starts rising, cold and pale, each star a reminder of the times I failed. There's a light in the distance, a flicker of hope, a whisper in the night, a way to cope through the dark and the sorrow, through the endless roam. I'll find my way back to a place called home. It's a long road home, through the tears and the pain. Every step closer on my boots, dirt on my hands, try whispers echo through the ancient trees. Every shadow hides a mystery. Lost souls wander down these dusty roads, in ragged clothes and heavy loads. The past is buried, but it ain't that deep. Secrets in the pines, they never sleep. Shadows in the pines, they call my name. A lonesome cry in the night's dark frame. Echoes of sorrow, ghosts of time, here in the valley where the sun don't shine. Rusty chains on weathered gates guard the old house in a haunted state. Windows broken, doors askew. Memories linger like the morning dew. Silent prayers in the chapel old. Candles flicker against the cold. Winds of change, they howl and moan. But in these woods, I'm never alone. The night holds secrets deep and dark. Listen close, you'll hear them hark. Every fallen leaf, every distant cry tells a tale of days gone by. Smell of smoke in a crimson dawn. Dust on my boots, sins on my palms. Riding that line between wrong and right. Whiskey in my breath, demons in sight. Crossroads called, I answered fast. A bargain struck, no prayers to cast. Ashes and chains don't frighten me. Hell ain't a bad place to be. No angels weep, no choir sing, just the sound of the iron hammers ring, where the broken souls find company. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Fire in my veins, wild and free. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Barbed wire dreams and a rusted sky. I never feared no judgment tide. The saints all fled when I came near. The devil just laughed and poured the beer. Every scar's a story to tell. I carved my name in the gates of hell. A throne of dust waits just for me. Hell ain't a bad place to be. No angels weep, no choir sing, just the sound of the iron hammers ring, where the broken souls find company. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Fire in my veins, wild and free. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Smoke curls up like an outlaw's prayer. Freedom howls in the midnight air. No heaven's cage, no golden key. I'd rather ride where the dark runs free. No angels weep, no choir sing, just the sound of the iron hammers ring, where the broken souls find company.
place to be. You took your shot, but I'm still breathing. Left me for dead, but I ain't leaving. You built your kingdom on fear and lies. Now watch it crumble before your eyes. Hell's coming with me, no place to hide. You lit the fire, now burn inside. Ain't no mercy, ain't no peace. You made this war, now rest in pieces. And I don't stop till I own this land. Hell's coming with me, no place to hide. You lit the fire, now burn inside. Ain't no mercy, ain't no peace. You made this war, now rest in pieces. Shots loaded, one for you. Ain't no savior pulling you through. You played your game, but now it's mine. Count your seconds, run out of time. Hell's coming with me, no place to hide. You lit the fire, now burn inside. Ain't no mercy, ain't no peace. You made this war, now rest in peace. Blood on my boots, dust on my hands. I gave you time, chance. Now the Reaper's got your name, and I'm the one who calls the game.
I woke with a taste of blood on my tongue, whiskey on breath and a loaded gun. The lawman's dead where the red dust blows, but the devil knows what the devil sows. My boots leave fire where the shadows crawl. I ain't running, I just answer the call. With a soul stitched tight by sin and flame, I ride with ghosts that don't need names. Hell's got room for one more soul, and I ain't afraid to pay the toll. These wheels turn slow, but they always roll down to where the Reaper keeps control. One eye on the smoke, one hand on the door. Yeah, hell's got room for one more. Crosses burn on the hills I've passed, names carved deep in a whiskey glass. My prayers are rusted, my fate long cast. I'm a hymn of hate from a haunted past. Barstool prophets warned me twice, but I shook hands with colder ice. The preacher cried but wouldn't stay. He knew this rider don't kneel or pray. Hell's got room for one more soul, and room for one more ride, and I'm the storm they can't deny. I'll burn this trail with iron lore, then knock like thunder on that old red door. So pour one out on the cold dirt floor. Yeah, hell's got room for one more. Got a room, and I'm knocking.
I was born where the black smoke rolls out past the pines and the busted coals. Mama said, boy, you got fire in your veins. Daddy just grinned, a whispering chains. I don't take knees, I don't beg for grace. I wear my scars like a loaded case, a heart like flint, a soul like steel. I don't bow down, I break the wheel. I don't bend, I detonate. A fuse lit long by the hands of fate. I ain't no saint, I ain't your son. I'm the hammer falling, the smoking gun. If you cross me, don't be late. I don't bend, I detonate. Whiskey eyes and blood red skies. I walk with ghosts, no preacher denies. Boots worn down on the devil's stone, but I ride like sin, cold to the bone. I've seen good men break, I've watched them crawl. I'd rather burn than beg it all. No white flag, no backward glance, just a one-way path and a loaded stance. I don't bend, I detonate. A fuse lit long by the hands of fate. I ain't no saint, I ain't your son. I'm the hammer falling, the smoking gun. If you cross me, don't be late. I don't bend, I detonate. Steel winds howl and the thunder moans, but I ain't carved from breakable bones. They built their walls, I burned them down and wore the ash like a blackthorn crown. You can pray to heaven, you can curse my name, but if I don't care who fans the flame, I don't bend, I detonate. Wrapping boots at the reaper's gate. A shadow's howl, a reckoning sound. The kind of man you don't turn around. If you test me, seal your fate. I don't bend, I detonate. So light the match and seal your tomb. I'll be the storm, I'll be the boom. I don't break, I